For him today, it won't be much sweat next year. So let me introduce you without any additional fanfare, my delegate, Scott Lingamfelter.
Thank you. It's great. First, let's give it up for Kim of Kim's River Shore. And they did a great job here. A great Prince William convention for us. We're just thrilled today to have our governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. You know, we've had a lot of events in Prince William, fundraising events for politicians. Today, we have the governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. We have the governor with us today. And this is a great honor for all of us to have him here today. Let me say a couple quick things and then I'm going to tell you right now, it has guided him since he was elected. He has acted on his promises. You know, the campaign promise we've always had, the motto is a promise made, promise kept, and Bob McDonnell is governing in that way. He's working hard. He's going to talk to you about some of this stuff, but let me just tell you something. We can spend hours talking about leadership and what he wants to do for the Commonwealth, but I want to tell you something about Bob McDonnell. When politicians or anybody else have finished their career, I can almost guarantee you nobody is going to remember the bills that you passed. They're not going to remember the speeches that you made. I'll tell you what they will remember. They'll remember how you treated people. And they'll remember what kind of family man or family woman you were. That's what they're going to remember. Yesterday, or I guess on Thursday, Bob and I were talking on the phone, and when we concluded the conversation, he said, Scott, I gotta tell you, my kid is in a soccer game on Friday. If he wins, they're going to play in Herndon, and I'm going to probably be really late for the event if that happens. And I said, Bob, I hope he wins, and I hope you can be there, because Bob really wanted to spend time with his kid. And I got to tell you, in the popular culture, politicians, lots of times, they go to the events, they do the political things, but what was weighing on his mind are those boys that he cherishes, his sons, and this son in particular. At the end of the day, folks, your kids are going to take account, your family's going to take account, and they're going to want to know were you present to do it. This governor has never lost touch with what it is to be a family man. And if there's anything that we need to embody in the leadership of the country today and in the future, is be fundamentally aware of what makes a society work. And what makes a society work is strong families. Our government has one. He lives by that credo. Welcome to me, my good friend, Bob McDonnell.
Thank you very much. What a treat to be back in Prince William County. I tell you, I think, just to remind me, I think this is actually my first official trip or speech back to Prince William County since you blew the doors down with over 60% of the vote last year. Thank you very much for that incredible work. I tell you, Bill and I and Ken knew if we were going to win, we had to do very well in Prince William and Loudoun and Fairfax County, and some of you are here from all three of those counties, and you dramatically exceeded the expectations with your hard work, your prayers, your work on the ground, your donations, everything else that it took to have that amazing victory last year. So I want to start by saying thank you for what you did for us last year. I hope you feel like your investments paid off, because I think we're governing right according to our conservative principles. And I look forward to serving for these next 3 years, 7 months, and 20 days to make sure we get a lot of good things done in Virginia. I'm really glad to be here for my friend Scott Lingamfelter, and what a terrific show of support with Sheriff Phil and Marty Noe and other members of the board, your chairman Lyle Biefeld, and so many leaders from business, from the private sector, and people who just care about the county, the state, and the nation and want to come out here. I mean, you could be watching the World Cup or shopping, and you're here to support Scott Lingamfelter. That shows a lot of great dedication. And since I've been elected governor, the crowd population is up 62%. Yeah! they're jumping out of the water into the pot since I got elected. It's a marvelous thing. And hey, look, I get blamed for things. It's not my responsibility. So we're going to take credit for 62% increase in crabs in the bay. So thanks for coming out to help Scott today. He's really been a terrific friend for me over these 9 years that we've served together. One, I know he loves this country. He loves Shelley and his family. His time in the United States military prepared him with the tools, operating under stress, the organizational skills, the passion for ideas that inspired him to serve well in the United States military. He's inspired him to serve well in the House of Delegates today. He's been a leader on everything from promoting small business to promoting good, solid, results-oriented education, to making sure government works good and works right, to being a champion for small business. I really look at Scott as one of the guys that really gets it about what we need to do to keep our state and our nation strong. For 234 years, this great land of Virginia has really been a beacon of freedom. You look at the ideas that our founders had etched on the parchment in 1776 and 1791. Those principles have not only endured, but they've been exported around the world to be able to create new opportunities and liberty for people that we don't even know because they were right. That's the legacy that Scott and I and others are trying to keep alive in Virginia today. It's a marvelous thing for me, average middle-class kid from Fairfax County, following the footsteps of Patrick Henry and Thomas Jefferson. Thank you for hiring me. It's a terrific privilege. I really appreciate it. What we have, as Scott pointed out, we've got challenges in our state and our nation that I think we need good, common sense, conservative leaders that understand not only the founders of our nation's vision, but also understand the practical solutions that are necessary to keep our nation strong. I can tell you, we are spending at a rate at the state and federal levels that are mortgaging your kids and your grandkids' future. It's unsustainable. We cannot keep that up, or we'll be a different nation within a decade. Every one of these families represented here today, it's $104,000 per American family. We cannot do that. It's 6 times the amount of the credit card debt, $13 trillion in going, and we will become a debtor nation in the near term if we don't arrest spending, meaning you have to set priorities. This year, Scott's help, we cut the budget $4.2 billion. We're 30 days away. We're about 30 days away from me announcing that we're going to have our first surplus in 3 years. That's pretty exciting. We know that it is not government programs and big government solutions out of Washington, sort of the one-size-fits-all, womb-to-tomb solutions that's made this a great country, but it's the free enterprise system. Well, those founders came over 403 years ago. That charter that King James had, it was an economic development tool to go out and explore, take risk, and explore that free world and send the riches back to Britain, and I'll share them with you. That's the same kind of spirit that we should keep alive today in Virginia. We need more small businesses to grow. We need more support of the free enterprise system, less taxes and regulation, not more management or micromanagement of free enterprise system from Washington. These are the principles that I know Scott fights for every year in the General Assembly. He understands also that we need to be able to provide more opportunities for young people to get into our great colleges and our universities. And that's why I appointed Scott just a couple weeks ago to our Higher Education Reform Commission to find more ways for young people to have access to the American dream through a great college education at less price. We can't be doubling college tuitions every 10 years and think that the average middle-class Virginia kid's going to have access to American dream. It's not going to work. So I know Scott's got this, that sense of fiscal discipline, but also a passion for more opportunity, more science, technology, engineering, and math in our colleges, and that's what he's going to help us usher in here as part of our higher education reform. So I want to say thanks for investing in Scott and what you're doing today. No matter how many great ideas you have, no matter how many doors he and Shelley knock on, I can tell you, it takes resources to win. It takes people getting their time, their talent, their treasure, and their ideas in order to keep this American experiment in independence strong, in order to keep great people like Colonel Scott Lingamfelter in office. So your investment today, I know, will pay off for future generations, because Scott's going to be a steadfast warrior for those values, those principles, those ideas of living in government that were planted on these shores 200 plus years ago. Thanks so much for coming out. I look forward to getting a chance to visit all of you with all of you for just a couple minutes, and it's great to be back. Thanks again for the great work Prince William is doing for good government. God bless you.